Hey guys, so, yeah. Today is just a quick get ready with me. I actually painted my fingernails last night, which is unusual for me. One of the polishes I know I'm going to throw out because it is very thick and gloopy, and it says there's somebody here in chat. Hello. I'm just going to do like a quick get ready with me. I'm not going to do concealer or corrector. I'm just going to do like blush, bronzer, highlight, and an eye look. So we're going to start off with the face stuff. Hey Frog, going into my pink ice, which is broken. I'm going to start off with this one. And I have like a sweater thing to go on over this because it's quite chilly outside. And I will maybe get your guys' opinion on whether or not to wear it. I mean, it's right here. It's this weird like baby doll style thing. I'm debating on whether or not to get rid of it, period. And it has these like weird seams. I don't know if you're like supposed to roll the sleeve up because it has this like seam here on it. Because I'm so long, baby doll style stuff kind of like chops me in half. So I don't know. I don't know if I should. I don't know. It's cold out, so. Well, warmer than most states. All right, now I'm going into the Dome blush. And I was watching a Robert Walsh video, and he was saying when he does blush on people, he has them like leave their face like natural and then puts blush on, because when you smile your cheeks go up. When I smile my cheeks don't move. So when my face is like, my cheeks are still here, and when I smile they're still there. Hey Jason. Oh wow, that's a whole lot of blush. Oh well, we'll go with it. I'm going with the matte bronzer. So it started like Friday during the day. The dog started acting like really funny, and about noon is when it started Friday. And about 4 o'clock I called my dad and I said, what's your ETA? And he's like, about an hour, I just left Kissimmee. Why? I was like, well, the dog's been really uneasy. She's been like, she would lay on her bed and the next thing I would know, she'd be like, you know, like the excited, like nervous, strung out kind of like panting. That's like something that she does. I mean, she's a small dog, so. And I've had her since she was like 4 months old. So I pretty much know how she is, and I'm home with her 24/7. So now that I have bronzer on, blush doesn't look quite as. So she started doing that, and I'm like, I'd ask her, I'd be like, do you need to go out? And she'd get up and she'd start spinning in circles, and I couldn't figure out like what was wrong with her. So I would let her out. And then she kept going to the same spot in the yard. Like she'd literally go running through like leaves. She was ass deep in leaves, running to the same spot in the yard. And then she would, you know, come back in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes later. So I don't know if she was going out there to do her business or what. I mean, I didn't walk out with her and hold her paw or nothing. But, you know, I'd stand there and keep an eye on her and whatnot, and then she'd come back in and she'd lay down, and like half an hour later she'd do it again, start panting. I'd ask her if she wanted to go out. She'd spin in circles. She'd continue to nervous pant, and so that continued the rest of the night. And then this is the Colored Rain highlighter, by the way, the no flash needed. I might put something else on top of it. So I was a little worried about her because it's not usual for her to be acting like this. So I called my dad and said that I think she would be more at ease if you were home. I said she's not acting right. She's I don't know, she was just acting different than normal. And he's like, yeah, I'll be home in like an hour, hour and a half, 45 later. He finally came home. He ended up getting stuck in awful go from home work traffic. So she continued to do that most of Friday, and every time she'd run through the leaves, she'd get covered in fleas. So Friday night, I gave her a bath, and you know, the same. And it's weird because she does that same panting thing in the shower. Like if you get her wet, she like freaks out. So like I said, I'm familiar with the sound that she makes. What brush are you? 16. So I don't know. I knew it was an uneasy sound for her. And so I gave her a bath Friday. And, you know, usually on the first of the month, it's time for her to get her, what is that, trifexis, whatever stuff. It's like heartworm and flea coverage and stuff like that. And this is absolutely not doing anything to my eyelid. Maybe. So the that was like due, I think, Saturday. So Dad gave that to her. I put Advantage on her after her shower because, like I said, every time she'd go outside, she'd come back in absolutely infested with fleas, and I just couldn't. I mean, I'd sit there for 10 minutes picking fleas off of her, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I was like, okay, that's it. You're getting drugs. So it seemed to like knock some of the fleas down, but then that night Dad went to bed, and like I was in the middle of playing, I think, StarCraft 2, and my dad had gone to bed, and like an hour later he was back up with the dog. I was like, did she not go out? And he's like, she just woke me up. She was going on the bed. I'm like, okay, maybe she just needed to go out and she didn't do what she needed to do. And then he, you know, grumbled and complained, and he was on call manager this weekend, so, you know, he had to have his phone ready and available for him to take a call if he needed to go out. So he goes back to bed, and then an hour later he's back up. Maybe an hour and 20 minutes maximum he came back out and took the dog back out. I'm like, again? And he's like, don't talk to me. So that went on until about 4 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, and then I finally went to bed. But I was in bed when he came out at 4 o'clock to take the dog back out, and then she got him back up again at 6. So at midnight, 1:30, 2:15, 4 o'clock, and 6 a.m. she got him up Saturday. So I was like, I told you there was something wrong. I knew that there was something wrong with her. I could just tell that, you know, I kind of wish that our animals could talk to us and be like, hey, I got a stick-up. Can you, like, let me out, like, now? I kind of, and she's not one of those dogs, you know how, like, some dogs, they'll go to the door and they'll, like, scratch at the door or they'll bark or something? She ain't that smart. So she'll just lay there on her bed and just pant and pant and pant and act weird and grumble. And if I don't pay attention to what she's doing, I miss, and she'll just wander through the house and just go wherever the hell she feels like it, which potty training that dog was a nightmare, because every time she needed to go, instead of going to the door or letting me know, or she'd get up and like walk out of the room, I'd be like, where are you going? And she'd come back and lay down. But she would go out in the living room, and right in front of the fireplace, the brick hearth that we have, she would just pee on the floor. So like there's this dark spot on the carpet, and we've carpet cleaned it I don't know how many times, and it doesn't ever get any cleaner. It's Berber carpeting, and the stuff is awful. I hate it. It's an ugly color. I don't know why my mom picked it. She's like, oh, it'll show less dirt. No, it's rough on the skin. It leaves like, you can't tell if it's dirty or if it's clean unless you walk over it and it feels dirty to your feet. And it's like, it's probably the most awful carpet I've ever known. So I'm going to ignore that comment, you rude fuck. Then Frog, do you want to, or Jason, delete that person off the channel? Thank you. So she would just go out there and I'd find like little Tootsie Rolls all over the living room floor. And I'm like, really, dog? I'm like 4 feet from you. You can't like walk over to me and be like, hey bitch, I gotta go. Be like, no, I'm gonna wander out of the room when you're not paying attention and I'm gonna go shit on the living room floor. So thankfully she's gotten a little bit better about that because she's like 5 now. Chihuahuas are just nasty. That's all I gotta say. Chihuahuas are nasty. But it looks like I'm doing absolutely nothing because my eyes are naturally dark anyways. Let's throw some color on it. Maybe, I was just gonna do something simple, but it looks like I'm gonna have to go a little bit darker. So Sunday, Dad was in and out most of the day, and she's got these like sweater jackets and stuff that her kidney might, she's only 5. I think she ate something bad. Dad has a bad habit of feeding her whatever the hell he's eating. So she's got all these like sweater things and I buy them for her like every few months. I'll buy something cute at Walmart for her and she'll wear it like once or twice and then Dad throws it somewhere in his room and Lord if I can ever find it. So he was like in and out most of the weekend working on the extension to the house, and he would like leave her in and she would just sit by the door and you would just looking at her, she's like it was almost like you had told her not to do something and she was sitting there upset with her feelings hurt because she got left in the house. But he didn't want her out because it was cold and he didn't feel like putting on one of her bazillion jackets that he's got somewhere in his room, which I gotta go find one of those to put on her. He'll wash them and then they end up in his laundry and then he's got like mounds of laundry in his room. If you think that me not like putting laundry away for like 4 wash loads, she ain't mine, she's my dad's, but it's a Chihuahua. So, and she was only supposed to be like 6 pounds and she's like 15. So I gotta find that. I gotta find the leash, even though she's never been leash trained because we live on acreage, so. And I don't ever put her on a leash to take her to the vet, but they do require that we have one with us, even though, whatever. And then this slop down here on the floor, he's going in too to get shot, and then his ears cleaned. So Bubby's gonna go too. I'm using mainly my shadows because I want to see how these work. So far, the one shadow I think I'm going to throw out. This one here is Dark Angel. It's working. It could be the brush. A lot of my single shadows are like really old. So it's been kind of an eventful animal weekend for us, with Emily not feeling good and then Dad up with her all hours, and then she did it again Sunday morning. He went to bed at like 12:30, let her out right before he went down to, get a shower and go to bed, and then at like 2 o'clock he was back up, and I think I just started watching the movie Gods of Egypt. No, she just eats way too much human food and she's fat. She's always eating human food. She's been eating human food for 5 years. So whatever he eats, she eats, and it's been that way since she was a puppy. And you can't tell him he can't do that kind of stuff because his house, his dog, his rules. And he's going to do what he wants to do. He's German. Try and stand. It's like standing in the rain arguing with somebody. They're going to stand in the rain and argue, and you're going to stand, you know, under cover and just let them stand in the rain and argue because there's no point. Because they're just going to stand there and argue with you. If she does, it's his fault. I've talked to him about it. The vet's talked to him about it. We've all tried to tell him not to feed her the stuff that she eats, and he doesn't listen. And so I'm not his wife. I'm his child. So I'm not going to even go there. I'm debating on what. It's like, do I want to use this one or this one or this one or that? Oh, I'll use this one. I think this one is purple nurple, or maybe that one's purple nurple. Which one are you? No Escape. I think I'm going to use No Escape. I haven't used that one yet. I wasn't really going for a purple look, but my neutral eyeshadows were giving me the finger, so. And the vet that we use, that my dad's been using for over 20 years, they don't take appointments. It is walk-in only. So like when Emily got hit in the front yard by that truck that ran off the road and hit her, we literally had to call and let them know we had an emergency, and we just walked in and they took her right back. But you have to, like, they have set times that you go. It's like between, you can check in at 7:30 in the morning, and they start taking patients back at 8, and then the last patient that they take is at like 10:30, and then they close at noon for lunch, and they don't reopen until 1 o'clock. And then they take patients from 1 to, I think it's like 2:30 or 3, and it's 1:20 now. So the vet's only like a 10-minute drive from here. And I've already got the animal carrier in the car. I just have to throw the 2 animals in the carrier. Usually I don't bring a carrier at all, I just kind of carry them both in, but I do not feel like wrangling with a 15-pound dog and a 20-something plus pound cat. So I'm bringing the carrier. Now I want to read the book that Jason bought me for my birthday. I've been reading it. And having to keep an eye on the animals in the vet's office without a leash or something would distract from that. So I'd rather read my book while I wait than have to figure out where the hell the dog went. Usually she's pretty good. Usually she'll just sit right there with me. But she does like to go and socialize, and some people get nervous about that because she's a Chihuahua, and most Chihuahuas are super aggressive. So that's my day. I think I fell asleep at like 6:30 this morning. I went to bed at like 3, and I laid there for like ever. You know, I didn't even realize I'm on my phone and I could have zoomed you guys in. slouch for this, but I always forget that you guys, I can zoom that in on my phone so you can see what the hell I'm doing now that I've got like most of it done. So some call came in on my phone that said no caller ID at like 11:30 and woke me up, and I declined it, and it came in again, and I let it just ring, and I looked at my phone and grumbled. So I don't know who was calling me on my cell phone with no caller ID, but I ain't answering it. And if they don't leave a message, I certainly ain't gonna answer it. Because I called the first time, and I just hit the like side button that tells my phone to shut up. And it went to voicemail, and they didn't leave a voicemail, they just called right back. So you would think if you want somebody to answer the damn phone, that you would leave a message or something and talk to them on that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I know I don't answer unlisted numbers, like unblock. Like if you block your number and you try and call me, I won't answer the phone unless I know I have called law enforcement and I'm waiting on a cop to call me back. Their numbers are always, it always comes up private. But I will not answer unless I know specifically I am waiting on law enforcement to call me. I will never answer my phone with a blocked number, ever. I think I'm gonna mix the Poppin' Bottle Shade and Prissy. Oh, that's pretty. I guess this is turning into an inadvertent Valentine's Day look. And I am wearing green, so that's very appropriate for me, because you guys know I like putting green and purple together. Jason, are you still in chat? Earth to Jason. He might, I know he's at work. It's like, well, it's almost lunchtime-ish for him. And I'm just putting the Poppin' Bottle Shade on the inner corner. This vet's office is used to me coming in with very strange makeup. And then I'm going to take just the Poppin' Bottle Shade on my brush, and I'm going to tap it over where those two shades meet in the center of my eye. And if you don't like glitter, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little bit of glitter fallout. Oh, that's so pretty. And if you're new here, I always press over my shimmer shadows with my finger because of how my eyes are. I have very, very hooded eyes. One is hooded and one of them is deep set, so when I open my eyes like fold up on each other, and so I have to like press over the shadows to get them to stay. I'm going to take just a touch of that Poppin' Bottle shade up here. Now to do it to the other eye. So how is everybody doing today? Anybody doing anything fun, spectacular, interesting? I think I scared chat. I'm sorry your phone is acting funny, Frog. How's your daughter doing? I know she's getting close to being due. I remember being pregnant this time of year. One side looks more pink than the other. Let me fix that. I'm watching on my iPad for the comments and stuff, so I can see what's going on my feed. It has to be your device, because I'm not lagging over here, thankfully. Oh, my daughter Gabriella was born February 7th. She was due on Valentine's Day. And we scheduled my surgery a week ahead of time because I was already, and I'm glad that we pre-planned it like 2 weeks ahead, because I went into labor the morning of my surgery. So at like midnight, I went into labor and I had to be at the hospital by 6 a.m. So I'm like super glad that my surgery was scheduled for 7 o'clock that morning, because I literally was in labor. I was in full-blown labor, 6 centimeters dilated when I got to the hospital, and they're like, "You're in labor." I'm like, "Is that what that was? I just thought I had gas." The nurse said, she's like, "Well, that'll be a funny story to tell your kid one day. You tried to fart her out." I'm like, "Well, it just felt like gas." And then, you know, because I've dealt with pain most of my life, that you know, labor pains weren't that bad. I literally just thought I had gas cramps. Occasionally there was one or two that would knock my breath out, but for the most part, it literally just felt like gas pains to me. So I was grateful to have a less difficult, you know, the normal labor, and my surgery went as expected because I had to have a C-section. I'm a rare blood type, so they were worried that she would have a different type of blood than me, and they didn't want her to kill me. So she already tried to kill me once, so they were trying to keep that from happening again. All right, let me close these things up. brushes away I didn't use. I don't think I'm going to do anything with my brows but throw some gel in them. But yeah, you know, because I've dealt with, I found out I had fibromyalgia like a year before I got pregnant with her, and we couldn't figure out why I always was in pain. And the doctors did a bunch of tests and they sent me to a bunch of specialists and stuff, and then that's when they discovered, and fibromyalgia was like just being talked about in the medical community when I was diagnosed. And so it was like one of those like new things. I think I'm just going to use my lip gloss, which is what I already have on, so. And I can just bring it with me if I want to. The, I don't know, I just, I had always had these like really strange health problems, and the doctors could never figure out like why. So when they started doing like, they tested me for Crohn's and MS and lupus, I got tested for all that stuff. They honestly couldn't tell me what was what, and then they sent me to a pain specialist that had me tested for all the fibromyalgia markers, and all the like alarm bells went off. I was on bed rest at 6 months along with Gabriella. I was working in a salon full time and at a couple of stores in the mall. And by the time I was 6 months along, I had been in the hospital like 3 times. And they said, that's it, stop working. And I was like, but I can't. I was, you know, I had been engaged to this guy. We were living together and we weren't doing what it takes to make children, because I had my own room and I was staying in that room. Well, come to find out, he was giving me Rufinol. So I'm surprised my child didn't come out like messed up because of the drugs that he was giving me. I grabbed my liner. This is Shimmer Pearl, I think. Yeah, Shimmer Pearl from BH Cosmetics. So, he had been dousing me with Rufinol every day and then having his way with me, and I didn't know. And I was on birth control, so I was taking my birth control pills like every day like I was supposed to, because I had been on birth control since I was 11 to help control, like, I had very heavy menstruations and I had all kinds of other like health issues and stuff, and I was prone to ovarian cysts and blood clots and all kinds of other lovely fun stuff. So they had me on, I think low overall at the time was what I was on. And I know I was taking my pills every day like I was supposed to, and I wasn't doing anything to get pregnant. So I was shocked when I passed out at work one day and ended up in the hospital, and they said that I had torn a muscle in my back behind, like by my shoulder blade, and they put me on this medication called Ultram. And come to find out, I'm allergic to Ultram. And they had me like walking in the hall to get me up out of bed. And I like puked all over the floor, I puked foam everywhere, and passed out. That was fun. And then they went to do an x-ray of my back, and they asked if I was pregnant. I was like, no, because I'm not doing anything to get pregnant. And they ended up, she showed up on the x-ray. They're like, are you sure you're not pregnant? I'm like, no, I'm not. I haven't done anything in like years to get pregnant. So yeah, that was a shock. They did a blood test and a urine test just to make sure, and that's when they found the drugs in my system. So that was fun. I was 6 months pregnant, didn't even know I was pregnant because I've been having my period every month. And yeah, I had Rufinol in my system. I was 6 months pregnant and didn't even know any of it. So I learned the hard way on that one. And then when I came home from the hospital to pack up my stuff to leave, the carriage house, he tried to kill me. The cops got involved. He slammed me in a window. I was trying to climb out the window of a second-story building, like onto our back porch, and he slammed the window down on me. So the placenta tore away from the wall of my uterus. So I lost about 30% connectivity on the placental wall. So she could have, oh shit, she could have easily like starved to death because of what he did. I could have lost my daughter because of what he did. And then he tried to go and take me to court to get custody of her after she was born. And I told the judge what happened. There was 2 people on the porch that saw what happened. There's police statements. We had, oh shit, I did it again. Fucking hate having long lashes. So when he tried to take me to court to get custody of her, the witnesses were there with me, and of course we had police officer statements and whatnot. And one of my friends, who's a cop for the city, he came with me because he was afraid that the guy was going to try and kill me while we were at the courthouse, and he would have. So, so that was fun. Alright, I'm going to go back over that highlighter with this pop and bottle shade because I can't not use it. God, this is such a beautiful shade. Oh yeah, he was Polish, and he was this real big, tall motherfucker too. He was a prize and a half. I didn't pull a. All right, I'm gonna spray my face with this and then try and stamp down some of this powder. I've got like 5 oils on my face right now, so hopefully they'll blend in okay. It's more or less to get the blush and stuff to calm down and put some hydration back in my skin. And you know what, just for S&Gs while my face is still a smidge, you know. Oh, wrong palette. Not that I need any more, but you know, why not? What do we think? Yes, no, maybe so? Alright, it's almost 2 o'clock. I probably ought to get going. Oh, yeah, a shirt. I think Jason left us. All right, so this is, let me have this so you can see me. This is the shirt that I have on, and then I was gonna put this over it because, like I said, it's chilly out. Let me put it on and you guys can see it. I'll come out here. It ate my sleeves. Oh, this feels weird. It's like pulling my shirt funny. All right, here's the other shirt. What do we think? It looks like a damn maternity top. This is another, oh, and of course my phone case doesn't help. It does, it looks like a damn maternity top. Yes, no? What do we think? Well, let me let the dog out real quick. Emma, you wanna go outside for a second? Go fix in the leaves so don't go far. You like it? Ow. Oh, me? I could be freezing and still sweating. I have hyperhidrosis. So it doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside, I still sweat. I'm gonna spray a man's perfume cologne thingy on me. I don't know. I think it makes me look like I'm expecting, which I'm not. And even if I did this, it would look tacky. So a no or a yes on this, Frog? Because this is what I planned on putting on over it, and I love this little jacket. It's got the little see no evil monkeys on it. This is what I was going to throw on over it. You're saying no in the chat. No? Okay. I think I'll just get rid of it. I don't wear it. I don't like it. I think it looks awful on me. I'm too tall for it. To be honest, I think I am too tall for it. And I always sweat, so I don't ever worry about like the sweat marks on my stuff because, like I said, I have hyperhidrosis, and I honestly, I don't care. I'm human, I sweat. Yeah, it is a pretty color, but it's not meant for my shape. I'm really long. All right, let me go put this up. I already have my book in the cart, and I will get the dog outside. Try my lip gloss. My wallet and my book are already in the car. I've got the key to the Mercedes here, so I don't have to worry about house keys or anything. I need to grab the remote for the garage door, but I took it and put it on the motorcycle because I use the motorcycle more than I do the car. But anyways, I guess I could do that stuff with you guys and take you with me because I still got to go get that. So, and yes, the house it's dark. It always looks dark. Hi, Bubba's. Was it ready to go to the vet? He's like, fuck you, Mom. I'm gonna eat. He's not going to be happy with me here in a minute because I literally am going to take him and toss him in the cat carrier. Oh, probably a good thing that I did because I needed my sunglasses and they're also in the motorcycle. So, oh, Daddy left me the registration to the bike. Yay! Might as well put that in here while I'm there. Okay. Yeah, that sweater thing, yeah, I know I'm too tall for it. Emma, come on. It'll be easier to get the dog in this thing first. And it's been in the garage and it was filthy, so I've put like, it's a bit, here, I'll flip the camera around. It's one of these and I put stuff in it. Up, 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 get up. Get up. Emily, get up. Up. Get in the car. I know you can do it. Get in that car. There you go. Come on, get in. Get in. Are you going to get in it? Going in. Going up. Get in it. Oh, son of a bitch. Fucking dog. Come here. Oh, get in there. You stand there for a minute. I got to go get your jacket. And the leash, and then her brother, aka the cat, who's by the water bowl scratching his ears because oh, my eyes are watering really bad. How is the leash? It was over here last I knew. Well, it ain't there now. Do I need a leash if she's in a carrier? Like, for real? It is not where I left it last. Oh, there's a jacket. A jacket. Uh-oh. That means somebody just texted me. Oh, that was you, Tammy. Okay. Got it. Frog, should I do... I don't know where the fuck the leash is. What are you going back in the bathroom for? We're fixing to go, Bubby. All right, let me let you guys go. I'm grabbing my phone charging cable just to be safe. I will let you guys go. And I've got to get this big monster here and get him in the car. This ought to be fun. Put my phone charger cable thingy in my pocket. Grab a couple of mints for the road. All right, I think I'm going to go. Thank you for coming to the chat and getting ready with me. And hopefully, you know, she's okay. I mean, she's acting fine now. And I don't think Dad got up with her once last night, so that's a good sign. I don't know where the hell Alicia is, so. Anyways, alright, I'm gonna let you guys go. I've got to get him and take him and put him in the car. So, oh, and this is where I spend the majority of my day, right here on my desk. Oh, and if Jason watches this, this is the new piece that I bought. That, and then the, so, yep, here's where I live. Oh shit, my book. I thought I put the book in the car. How did, oh, I think I put the Netflix in the car. Shit. Anyways, all right. Put this stuff in the car, and then I'll go get the cat. So this is another reason why I don't leave the house very often. I am super forgetful, and I will get like halfway somewhere and be like, oh shit, I forgot. That's me. Yeah, purse and Netflix was in the car. Book was still on my desk. And her jacket, I will just throw in the carrier thing with her. Get back in. Oh, she got out and closed the door. All right, let me let you guys go. I'm gonna go get Bubby. This ought to be fun. And I will see you guys. I don't know what I've got scheduled for tomorrow video-wise. He's still waiting for me at the bathroom door. Bubbies, was it ready to go? You ready to go, son? All right, I'll let you guys go. Bye.